Hello there, my YouTubers. Welcome to a breaking news NBA Jonnywatts Sports Desk special presentation. Uh, Breaking news from the NBA. Steve Nash has been fired from the Brooklyn Nets. Yes, I'll say it again if you're just tuning in. The Brooklyn Nets has parted ways with Steve Nash. I'm going to take you live to two conferences, one from the NBA insiders and one from the GM of the Brooklyn Nets, and he'll explain everything about the decision why to part ways with Steve Nash. So just give me a minute and I'll take you live to those two conferences. So the first one I'm gonna do is, let me see here. The first one I'm gonna do is um, the insiders with Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal on how they feel about the firing of Steve Nash. So here we go.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Show on 98.1 CHFI. Sounds perfect.
Hold on, no difficulties here.
The Bulls and Nets, followed by the Timberwolves and Suns, as we welcome you to TNT NBA Tip-Off, presented by CarMax. Studio J here in Atlanta, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley, and let us get right to it. Steve Nash out, just 7 games into his 3rd season with the Nets. Jared Greenberg is going to fill us in as we head to Barclays Center. Not much going on up there, is there, Jared?
EJ, you know, it's kind of funny. Our crew was originally slated to be in Oklahoma City. Good change by the bosses to be here in Brooklyn for the busy news day. Jacques Vaughn will be the interim head coach, replacing Steve Nash. Sean Marks, the general manager of the Nets, vehemently denying multiple media reports that he has already tabbed former Boston Celtics head coach Ime Udoka as his next head coach. He says, absolutely not. We have not hired one yet. He says, we would like to get back playing the basketball that we know we can play. We are not proud of where we are. Where are we? Let's quickly just go through a litany that could probably take about 3 hours to go through of what's happened with this organization in now the 4th season since KD and Kyrie joined the Nets. Think about it. Kenny Atkinson fired. The future young core of the Nets shipped out, in addition with future draft picks for James Harden. Then this team sees injuries at different times to Kyrie, KD, Harden. Kyrie has that mysterious leave of absence. Kyrie unvaccinated, unable to play multiple games. Harden then forces the trade out to Philadelphia. The Nets get back some compensation in Ben Simmons, but doesn't play a single game last year. They're swept in the 1st round by Boston. KD then asks for a trade, realizes he doesn't get it. Then he asks for Steve Nash to be fired. That didn't happen over the summer. It would later. There's the foreshadowing. Kyrie, just a couple of days ago, sends out a cryptic tweet with a video, with a link to a video that has anti-Semitic messaging. Provides no context for it. When questioned about it, refused to answer those questions. Nash then fired. There is a report now, as I mentioned, that Ime Udoka will be the next head coach. The issue with him, he's currently on a 1-year suspension from the Boston Celtics guys for inappropriate behavior within the Celtic organization. Oh, and by the way, Ben Simmons tonight is going to miss his 2nd straight game with a knee injury, and the Nets are off to a 2-5 start. So everything's great here in Brooklyn, even if the weather outside's a little cold and rainy, Ernie.
Like I said, nothing going on up there. Jared Greenberg, thank you for the thorough report. We appreciate that. Let's go to CarMax, call your shot. And Steve Nash, 2 full seasons and then 7 games into season number 3, out 94-67. Couple of trips to the playoffs, knocked out in the conference semis, knocked out in the 1st round. And Jacques Vaughn steps in as the interim head coach. Wow, on a game day, 7 games in. how stunned or how surprised are you?
Not surprised. I didn't realize it was that much stuff until Jared went through that list. Not surprised. I think there was turmoil brewing over the summer.
Not surprised that this quickly into a season?
No, I think that when you want to make a change, if you can get into a mediocrity, and you can fall into a mediocrity and say, well, we're going to turn this corner sometime. And then when you don't turn the corner, the next person in line is why we didn't turn the corner would be you as Sean Marks. So you say, let me start now. Let me make a decision. So I'm not surprised if they would start it out well, especially when your best player, and arguably one of the top 3 players in the league, says he's not really comfortable playing for you in the summertime, then you are on a short lease. And the other thing that I saw, I don't know if Shaq and Charles probably would even know, when I saw Steve Nash get thrown out the game the other day, I said, here's the writing. In my mind, I said, this is the writing, because that was uncharacteristic of Steve Nash, throwing things, leaving the game, showing that type of emotion. What made him a great player to me with Steve Nash was his ability to stay cool in those moments. And so I saw something different, and I knew you could see something coming.
In order to win, your team has to be functional. They were dysfunctional from the start. You got a guy not playing. You got a guy saying, bring my guy in. They bring the guy in. That didn't work. They break up. You have a guy saying, okay, I want this guy fired. There's been a whole bunch of dysfunction. And, as a leader on the team, I've always said that the coaches are cool, but they're just there for moral support. But, at some point, the top 2, 2.5, 3, whatever superstars you got to take some accountability. But it's just been dysfunctional, and it will remain dysfunctional until they all get on the same page. I see 2 great individual players that are not playing together, and you see one guy that's deemed as great, hasn't got back to form yet, and you got a lot of other stuff going on. They're not going to be right for a while. So the question is, who's going to come in, who's going to have the ability to keep them in line, and is this going to turn them around? I don't think it is.
And the reports are, if you're just joining us, that Ime Udoka, the suspended Boston Celtics head coach, according to reports, said within 48 hours he would be the new head coach. But Sean Marks throwing cold water on that.
He just said he didn't hire.
Well, first of all, Steve Nash is a scapegoat. Let's get that out of the way. Steve Nash is a scapegoat for these players acting like idiots and fools. It's really starting to be a joke. This whole Brooklyn, it's past being a joke. And first of all, I don't believe Sean Marks. I think what happened with Sean Marks is he saw the negative reaction. I watched television all afternoon trying to get all the information before we came on the show. People were going crazy that guy got a job that quickly. And I think they said,
Udoka,
yes. So I think they says, man, we already doing a lot of stupid stuff. Why are we going to do something stupid tomorrow? So that's what I think happened, because, when Woj is pretty damn good. He don't normally just go out there with stuff, but I think every person I saw on television today says, man, it's a little soon to be giving him a job.
Who, Ime Udoka?
Yes.
So you believe that I heard, this is just what I heard. He said, no one's hired. He never said that is not our guy or he's not in consideration. So there is a difference between not being hired and not being in consideration. So for me, let's see what these 48 hours brings, because
but the negative effect
of bringing him in, you think that would be negative?
First of all, I hope Coach Udoka gets another job.
Right.
I hope he gets another job. He deserves another job. He did a fantastic job. I don't get into people's personal life. That being said, this is not, with the stuff going on there, it's a bad look to bring him in.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
Because he hasn't served any penance, Kenny.
The penance is with the Boston Celtics, not the Brooklyn Nets.
But he to get him to do whatever happened.
But he's serving his penance with the team that is actually with the Boston Celtics.
But
it has nothing to do with Brooklyn.
But he's not spending the whole year if he's going to get a job tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's not his fault that he's still qualified.
They're probably going to fire him anyway.
Well, they are. They probably are going to fire him, but it's just a bad look. And from a public perception, you let these players run this man off his job because they were acting like fools. The players, this is all on Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons. Steve Nash is just a scapegoat. And it's really unfortunate. I don't know if Steve Nash is Red Auerbach or whatever. this thing was never going to work when he said, we don't need a coach. When they get,
it's not like we have a coach, like we're all the coach.
We're all the coach.
Kyrie had said.
And, you know, I was watching these shows today. This team did pretty good in the playoffs like 3 or 4 years ago. So nobody was talking about how bad of a coach Steve Nash was 3 or 4 years ago. All of a sudden, these guys started acting like fools and jackasses. And now, oh, Steve Nash can't coach. Like I say, I don't know if Steve Nash can coach, but I know 3 or 4 years ago he was winning playoff series.
I would agree that the players have a big part in the dysfunction of what the Brooklyn Nets are doing, 100%. But as a coach, you also have to have some of that responsibility in terms of this, that you're as I don't 100% agree with Shaq in terms of moral support, but there is someone who can get these guys, supposedly, is your job also as a coach to get them going. But if you don't have the backing of your ownership, you don't have the backing of your management as a coach, then Steve Nash is handcuffed.
So
it's a combination of all things.
What about having the backing of your players?
Yeah, but that's part of being a coach as well. Those guys didn't do it.
Yeah,
they didn't do it.
Yeah, but the reason why I say
Shaq at times didn't do it, but when he got with Phil Jackson, he's
okay, but the reason why I say moral support, you all know with Phil Jackson, we ain't got no place. We don't have plays.
Not a triangle offense.
That's not plays. The triangle is a system. It's not plays.
That system worked well.
But see, my point is, you don't have to say do this and do that. Me, as a guy who hasn't won, I know what I got to do. Kobe know what he had to do. I know what I got to do to get the other guys involved. You know, we always talk about the definition of a great player. I know what I had to do. So only time we need to feel is down by one.
Could I say one thing?
We need to get we need to get moving.
Yeah. The only thing is when they're equal talent against you, then you need coaching. You weren't just the 2 best guys in the league. There are people who had to. That's when you need coaching.
Coaching is important.
Jacques Vaughn has the reins for now, and stay tuned as the situation in Brooklyn unfolds.
When you're going to the championship game with your buddies, you want to make sure you get MotoMaster motor oil. Over 1,000 proven quality products with an unbeatable warranty. When there's a lot riding on you, ride with MotoMaster.
Okay, so now I'm going to take you to a conference that was recorded earlier this afternoon. I just got it off my YouTube channel. And let me see what was said. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I'm still shocked about the firing, so I'll take you live if I can find the conference for today. I was taking, yes, here it is. Wait. I can't find it now. But anyways, when I do find it, I'll play that conference. So tonight, Brooklyn Nets played against the Chicago Bulls. So I'll take you through that and show you highlights of that game. To see if the Bulls beat the Brooklyn Nets with the new coach. So my question is to my YouTube fans before I get to the highlights of that game. What do you think of the firing of Steve Nash? Comment below and I will watch the comments. And now I'm going to take you to Chicago Bulls highlights of tonight's game against the Nets.
Substance use and addiction can be a heavy load to carry. See how you can help or get help at canada.ca/ease-the-burden.
You used All by Old Spice body wash?
What makes you think so?
She did it.
They're in the first of a back-to-back. The Nets are on the back end of a back-to-back. They won yesterday, beating the Indiana Pacers, and then the news today dropping. But Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are in there, and this is one of the wild cards this year, Patrick Williams. And we'll see how the Bulls start to put the pieces together this year. Signed a big deal, long-term contract with the Bulls. Nice little hesitation. He kicks it. Good ball movement. Vucevic for three. And it's LaVine with a rebound and a putback. That looks cohesive, not playing hard, not competing like they want. As DeRozan knocks one down. The master of the mid-range. You've got to knock down these wide-open threes. Mentioned T.J. Warren. He's coming back from left foot surgery. And Durant buries a three. There's no way you can double. A lot of energy to the party. Gives the Bulls a second chance. Dragic. Caruso now with 4 to shoot. Dragic will oblige. And the three-pointer is good for the Dragon. Coming in hot after a run in Eurobasket this summer. Playing great basketball. What a nice pickup for the Bulls. Watanabe, the lefty in the corner.
Look how small they are too now, right? Jones is the tallest player on the floor here for Chicago.
Jones on Durant, little turnaround is good. He's not even seeing Derek Jones right there.
Not at all.
Zach LaVine shut off by Harris, little fade away. No, Jones flying high, keeping it alive. He volleyballs it back in.
Well, the former slam dunk champion showing those springs there to keep the offensive ball alive off the glass.
Durant over Caruso. Another three is down.
Hobbling.
KFC's $10 Mighty Bucket for one. Get it before it's gone.
Hobbling there on that drive versus Kevin Durant.
Durant again working on Jones. A little help from LaVine. Nothing there though. Kevin Durant
had surgery for a torn meniscus, then had a second surgery back on September 28th. At that time, they said it was a 4 to 6 week timetable before the surgery.
This is how he's got to play, right? Not worry about your offense, but continue to let the offense kind of come to you.
Late clock, Mills stuck with it, and Mills finishes with a foul. Has all 9 points for the Nets this quarter. Brooklyn leads by 4. Here is O'Neal. Gets his zone for a second time and puts it back. Timeout, Chicago.
Way to put the pieces together there, B.A. I mean,
best bit of news we got all day. Zach LaVine will pull a three. And he gets a friendly bounce. It's a couple of friendly rims. Yeah, Dragic. Bulls working hard on the offensive glass. DeRozan now, Sumner on him, finds Dragic, and Dragic hits another one.
How good has Dragic been?
Kicks it out to Sumo now, extra pass. And another opportunity here for the Bulls. Still talking about DeMar DeRozan as Williams, a nice little turnaround. Very curious about Brooklyn Nets fans and the rest of this season. Obviously, the Nets are trying to get things organized. As Duke, strong take to the rim and a two-handed jam. Nets by 5. 2:43 remaining in the first half. Here is DeRozan. Bulls need to get him going. DeRozan, just his 3rd made field goal. Durant has been good. Finds Harris. Good cut here. And nice feed to Claxton. Man, that was beautiful. The Nets.
You're making it more comfortable for me to say here, B.A. I think Harlan's just a black cat.
I think that's right. Here's DeRozan. And he's fouled. Count the basket. Brooklyn with the ball in the lead. Claxton, a lot of room to work in there. Sumner now. Sumner. What body control. The second quarter. Back on there to start it. And gets a touch right away. Durant, who had 20 in the first half, opens up the scoring here at half number 2.
And that's probably why Steve Nash is at home right now.
Joe Harris. Late clock here. Got to get one up. O'Neal for 3. He's got another one. Sean Marks did say it was independent of all the
ankle
DeRozan situation, and DeRozan hobbles now, gets it back from Williams and hits it anyway.
And also too, you know, it was one of those back-to-back games with Indiana They were up 24, Brooklyn was yesterday, and got walked down. And what a move there by O'Neal. They got walked down in that game last night, and Indiana had a real chance to squeak that win out.
Patrick Williams on the other end for the Bulls. From The Athletic today that he would be the choice for the Brooklyn Nets. Sean Marks did not comment on that as Watanabe goes strong. 7th place finish last year, swept by Boston. 2nd place finish the year before that. That's the series you're talking about. The 2nd round against Milwaukee as Durant scores. He's got 26 now.
But unfortunately, he's the scapegoat.
Right. Durant on the drive, leaves it for Sumner, and the follow by Watanabe. Great body action there by the...
For students living in low-income communities, high school graduation opens doors to a world of opportunity.
Dragic running the point. DeRozan guarded by Duke. Little turnaround is true. That is pure as it gets. He is on the bench. And this group right here, very productive with Durant as their leader. A little fadeaway is good. So smooth, Kevin Durant.
And he just goes away from it, and because of that length, can just shoot over any defender.
That's the matchup they want. DeRozan scores over Duke. Duke lost the handle. Caruso deflected it into the hands of DeRozan. The Bulls running. Caruso kicks it. Three-pointer on its way. And DeSumo hits a three-pointer. Irving on the drive. No, nothing there. Extra pass to Durant. Bulls close well. Now Durant drives and lays it in. Unstoppable. 5 left in the 3rd quarter. DeRozan. Watanabe right with him. Makes it a tough shot. Oh, and DeRozan hits a tough bucket over Yuta Watanabe.
Look at you. Jenga, playing Jenga over here.
Levine guarded by Claxton. Pulls it back and knocks it down.
Here they come.
Shot clock at 6. Irving gets right by Williams, and his first basket of the night comes at the 10:20 mark of the Bulls get back. Irving with the speed dribble finds Claxton, and it's good. Claxton just continues to run and is rewarded. Nets by 1. Claxton, good find. O'Neal for 3. Well done. And the Nets lead it by 4. Career high for Royce O'Neal. He's got 20 now. DeSumo rises high and gets the friendly roll. Double team comes. DeSumo now, nothing there. Kicks it. Caruso. He's got a 3. And the Bulls go back in front. 19. That was back in 2018. As a member of the Jazz. Durant back on the floor. DeSumo taking on Claxton. Wow, not many survived that matchup.
Durant back on the floor here.
To Irving. DeSumo on it. Stand right with him. Irving. Tough shot. Knocks it down. So Kyrie Irving with a second made field goal. Defense has been a different question. Levine. Over on Claxton again. Another little step back for Claxton again off that left knee. That's a great sign for the Bulls. Claxton keeps it alive. Right into the hands of Javonte Green. Levine. He'll fire. And he'll hit it. Zach Levine. Brooklyn had a 12-point lead. Bulls' biggest lead right now at 8. And he's on fire! Zach Levine! A huge problem for them. Zach Levine saying, let's go get this win after that last made basket. Vucevic has been quiet. He's been asking for it. And a little turnaround is good. And Kyrie Irving lost the handle. O'Neal finds Durant. DeRozan back on the floor. Checks Durant. Tangled up. Durant gets free. Durant buries it.
Caruso flew by. He should have one dribble in. Jump shot.
Vucevic gives it up. Levine again. Is he hot? Oh, he is hot. Smoking hot.
Was that 20 for the quarter now?
Approaching the 2-minute mark. Watanabe for 3. Yes, sir.
I have absolutely loved his energy.
And under a minute to go, the Bulls will chew up as much time as they can. DeRozan all the way in, and the foul by Vucevic. Vucevic. Trouble in Brooklyn, and it continues.
What did Charles call him? Team dysfunction?
That's it.
Continues.
Okay, there you have it. The Brooklyn Nets, even though they fired Steve Nash, loses to the Chicago Bulls. So like I said, comment below and tell me how you feel about the whole idea of Steve Nash getting fired. Tomorrow is Maple Leafs playing the Philadelphia Flyers, and then we got the Raptors playing the San Antonio Spurs also tomorrow night. So I'll be back tomorrow night with those updates. Have a good night and keep the comments coming, and I'll check them out. Let me know what you think of the Steve Nash firing. You think it was a good idea or not? And what do you think of possibly having the former Boston Celtics coach, Amy Udoka, coach the Brooklyn Nets? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you. Good night. This is Jonnywatts reporting for Jonnywatts Sports Desk. Bye for now.